I was preaching a funeral for a woman who died on hospice services way out in the country. She lived with her son's girlfriend. Her son was in prison. They asked me to preach the funeral. It was out in the country. There was maybe 10 people there. They brought her son from prison to the funeral, little graveside service. He was in his jumpsuit and he had a couple of sheriffs with him and he had handcuffs on. He sat there and his girlfriend got to sit beside him and they were just sort of groping on each other. And then afterwards, they were just all over each other and kissing, and they let him smoke cigarettes. And it seemed like this funeral wasn't about his poor mom who passed away, but it was all about him and fulfilling some of the lust of his flesh, but not obviously fulfilling all. And when you just give your lust a little taste, it only makes lust worse. So he should have been there properly mourning, and he may not have had a good relationship with his mother. I have no idea. But he should have been there properly mourning the death of his mother instead of his mind on himself, his lust, and his flesh. But it's the same way with your life and my life. When you begin to lust after something, and even if it's not a man or a woman, it could be an object or a place to go, lust turns into an emotion, and that lust will consume your thoughts and your heart, and it causes you to miss out on what is important. That man can get out of prison, or he might stay in prison the rest of his life, and he'll look back on that day and probably wish that he would have paid more respect and attention, and his mind would have been on his mama at that time rather than his girlfriend. So understand, the same thing can happen in your life. If the devil entices you with something or puts something in front of your face and tries to attract your heart and mind to it, remember that he's probably trying to divert you from one of the blessings that God has put in your life or is going to put in your life. So don't miss it for lust, because lust is always going to be temporary, and when you look back on it, you'll understand that so many more things were important than what it may be that you were lusting after. This man is, even though I have nothing in common with him now, he's an example for me, and he's an example for you on what not to do. So I want to encourage you to seek after the things of God, follow after God. He has great things in store for you. Don't follow after the lust of the flesh, because it will lead you astray every single time. But if you seek after the will of God, it'll lead you straight into His will and into the kingdom of heaven. And I want to see you there.